Hello and welcome to the program. On September 17th, Kyiv Media Week kicks off in the Ukrainian capital. It's a networking platform where Ukrainian media professionals annually meet with colleagues and partners from around the world to share ideas and build new connections. Now, to talk more about the plans and expectation of the organizers of Kyiv Media Week, we're joined in the studio today by Victoria Yarmoshchuk, Director of Media Resources Management. Hello and thank you for joining us.
Hi, thank you.
So, first question, when was the Kyiv Media Week held first and what changed since?
This year we celebrate the 7th edition of Kyiv Media Week, so it started 8 years ago, and really it was not the same event as it is today, because first of all, when we launched the event, it was marketplace for the players of CIS market. So I mean that content producers and distributors from Russia, Ukraine and other neighboring countries were meeting in Kyiv, which is really easily reachable both from the CIS countries and European countries, and it was like a real marketplace and just a small bit of conferences added to that. And today we have absolutely another event. We still have here content market, but this is mainly a meeting point for buyers from Ukraine and some other neighboring countries and the international sellers. But the biggest part of the event is conferences, roundtables, talks of different kind, but all this is gathered by our big goal to develop Ukrainian market inside and to promote it internationally.
So the market, my understanding is like the market changed drastically since you had to cut ties with Russia. How did it happen? What were the main challenges here?
I guess that Ukrainian market understood what happened quite quickly, and it doesn't take a lot of time to understand what should be done. Now the main challenge and the main goal of all the players here is to develop market in Ukraine in the way which will provide the most beneficial and comfortable conditions for cooperation with international partners. And another point is we should promote the brand of our country internationally in order, again, to attract attention to us and to persuade the world that we are really partners with whom you should work, and this cooperation will be beneficial. And that's why our forum is built around those two goals. We will talk a lot about what should be done here, and we are proud to have guests from more than 30 countries this year, and some delegations coming to us come from countries which are crucially important for Ukrainian development.
Now, about the program in itself, can you tell more about the guests and about the program and the events?
Okay. We tried to divide our programs in some separate sections to cover all the main important issues for our audiovisual market. We will talk a lot about series production, because this kind of content is on the huge rise in the world. People in Hollywood even say that TV series is the new cinematography, and that's why all the best directors, actors, they all now are in series.
Yeah, so it's not a taboo anymore for a director to do a series.
Exactly. We will talk and we will have here in Kyiv showrunners of one of the most famous and groundbreaking TV series of last year, Mad Men. So we are happy they will come to Kyiv and share their experience with us. Also, we will talk a lot about film industry, because this year it's a real turning point for Ukrainian film industry. For this year, almost around 40 Ukrainian-made films will come to Ukrainian theaters. This is absolute record for last 10 years, I guess. This year we have a couple of productions here in Ukraine which really attracted world stars. For example, Polish film and director Agnieszka Holland shoot here a film about Gareth Jones. This is a journalist in the beginning of this year. And I guess a week ago in Kyiv were wrapped shooting of the film Zahar Berkut, where the main role was played by Robert Patrick.
Which is quite impressive. How do you explain this attraction towards Ukrainian cinema right now?
First of all, this all happened due to support from the government. There are a couple of programs supporting Ukrainian cinema. They are not only now come from the state agency of cinematography, but still this body is the most important and do a lot of. Of course, Ukrainian filmmakers started to understand that they should produce something which will interest not only here in Ukraine and not only on film festivals. Ukrainian filmmakers started to make content which is really interesting to the people worldwide. For example, latest Ukrainian animation, Stolen Princess, which broke up Ukrainian box office and earned here more than $1 million, which is like
huge.
Never happened before, yes. And this film will be released theatrically, which is all very important, not on TV, not on some digital platform, but theatrically in 20 countries all over the world. For example, in India, this film became the first non-Hollywood and non-Indian film released theatrically in India. And this film is Ukrainian. We are really proud of this.
Oh, that's quite impressive. But you talked about the Mad Men producers, but except that, which is already a big event, but which are the most anticipated events in the Kyiv Media Week?
Personally, I and my team anticipate everything, but maybe to tell more about big names, we will have one of the most successful Hollywood casting directors, Marjorie Simkin. She was finding actors for Avatar, for example, so she will come here in Ukraine and let our filmmakers know how to attract star cast to your film. Also, not actually about stars, but about important thing that we will have big Chinese delegation in Kyiv for the first time. They will come here to present their content to our audience, and what is the most important, they are coming with Chinese authority, which is responsible for the development of television market in China. So it means that they really count us as a reliable partners for TV content production. And everybody knows that in case you enter Chinese market by any means, you are very lucky. So we hope that this is just the first step to make our countries closer.
Now, in general, what are the newest trends? You would say we talked about series, we talked about cinema. What are the newest trends in the media industry that will be discussed during this week, more or less?
I would say that, of course, everybody is thinking how to monetize, how to earn money on your content, because, as you may know or not, till now, Ukrainian TV business, it was not really a business. It was mostly donated and work on the money which was earned from the advertising and donations by its owners. But now every situation changed, the economical conditions changed, and everybody tries to think how you could monetize
to understand
content.
the system and how it works globally.
Yes, so we will talk about a lot of alternative ways to earn money for this market. We will talk about paid television. We will talk about how make universes around intellectual property based on audiovisual products. For example, everybody in Ukraine is waiting for its next big animation hit, Mavka, which is based on Lesia Ukrainka novel. And the makers of this film already doing a lot to make it not only an animation film, not only a TV series.
But to promote the whole thing around.
Yes, and they enter partnerships with different companies. For example, they entered partnership with jewelry makers. So they make like a special editions of jewelry based on mythology promoted in this film. They also collaborating with designers, with Ukrainian designers, with Olga Navrodskaya mainly. They are making special clothes collections based on this. So all these things are really at the very early stages of the development in Ukraine. But the whole world uses this for many years. So we really want to make it here. work as well. And also another big trend which we will discuss a lot and try to understand how to make use of it is that non-English, not English language content now is gain momentum in the world. It means that TV series, movies not in English, they really have chance to be known worldwide. Not only American and English TV series, films, etc. are worth this fame. So, and who will be first to make use of this, he or she, they will win.
Well, we will closely follow this event because UATV will be there. It was a pleasure to have you in the studio today. That was Victoria Yarmoshchuk, Director of Media Resources Management. Thank you for watching the program and stay tuned for the rest.